Hello everyone, welcome to the recording for week 6. This week we're talking about importance of creating presentations, and we're using Microsoft PowerPoint, which is a presentation software. It offers word processing, outlining, drawing, graphing, and other presentation management tools to help you produce professional looking electronic presentations. You're to read Chapter 1 of PowerPoint, Creating and Editing a Presentation with Clip Art, and Chapter 2, Enhancing a Presentation with Picture Shapes and Word Art. In the discussion board, you're to review one aspect of creating presentations that you feel is important to the effectiveness of the presentation, and don't forget your reference and 3 responses to other people. The week 6 assignment is due Sunday. You're to create a PowerPoint presentation. Use a template, and you're going to have the title on slide 1, objectives on 2, qualifications on 3, education on 4, employment on 5, skills on 6, and then your conclusion and closing remarks on 7. So to choose a template, if you're in PowerPoint 2010, you're going to click on File and then on Themes. In 2013, you click on File, New, or when you first open it, it opens to this page, and then you just pick whichever one you want to use, and then you click Create. So then in 2010 it looks like this. You just pick one of the available templates, and it doesn't matter which one you want, and then you click Create. Slide 1 is going to be your title slide, so you need a title and then your name as the subtitle. Slide 2 is the objectives. You want at least 3 objectives. Align the qualifications with the internship requirement and your resume. Use words that describe how your background and strengths would make you a good candidate for the position you're seeking. And of course this can be all made up. This section should be concise and contain action words such as obtain a summer internship would be an example of an objective. Then you want to do the rest of the slides. Slide 3, your qualifications. Slide 4, your education. 5, your employment. 6 is your skills. You're only supposed to have a maximum of 3. And you're to do it in left content area and do pictures in the right. Now to choose, let me go back to my presentation and create a slide. To make it so you have a left and right content area, you can go to Layout, and you see that you have 2 content area here, and you choose that, and then it gives you the 2. So over on the left you'll write your skill, and on the right side you're going to put your picture. And you're going to resize the images to fit in the right side, and you're going to apply an image style. And then 7 is your conclusion. And then I was going to go through the different things that you're required to do. Set all the text font in all content boxes to 24 Arial font. Animate all text on slides 2 through 6 of the presentation. Animate the photo or clip art used. Select a transition for the entire presentation, but apply a different transition to slides 1 and 7. Use the header and footer to put your name and the date in the footer. Make sure the slide numbering is turned on. Do not show the footer on slide 1. Make sure to check spelling and grammar and save your work and submit the PowerPoint presentation. So let's talk about setting the font. So it's on the home page, and you choose whichever. You would of course have to highlight the font that you want to change. Now if you want the whole box, you're going to highlight the box where the font is and then change your font at that point. Now to animate text, you can animate anything in 3 steps. Select what you want to animate, select an animation, and tweak it with effect. So for instance, if we go back to the presentation and say I highlight this, well, let me do the title first. So I highlight the title, click on animations, and say I want it to appear. Then it's going to number it. And then I can do a different one, which would be a little crazy to do a whole bunch of different ones. I just want you to see that it's going to number each one so that you can see what information is going to come out at each time. So it numbers them, and that's the order that they're going to appear. Then if you look over at your no, that has to do with transition. I'll get to that in a minute. Oh, and then when you're in, if you want to see more, okay, so that's what I was working with, was the entrance. But say you want something that's for emphasis, or as your say the words are there and you want them to leave, that's called the exit. And then it talks about the effect, which is the effect option. So it really depends on, you know, what you chose. So do you want it to come up from the bottom, or do you want it to come from the left or the right? Some animations don't have as many effects. Do you want it as one object, or let's see, let's do a different one that I have. And this one's would be horizontal in or vertical in. So it just depends on which transition you chose or animation you chose as to what your effect options would be. Okay, so it depends on whether you'd get the dialog box. So if you wanted to have the dialog box, that's this little arrow here. And then you can choose, say you wanted a sound when a certain one comes in, or you could choose what happens after the animation, however you want to do it. It's kind of the things that you're going to set in there. Also, if you wanted a timing, say you want it on the click of a mouse, you can also set it up so that it delays for a few seconds and just continues. So if you don't want to have to keep clicking every time, then you can set it up to do that. Now on slide 6, you need to do the animation of the pictures. So let me go down to the one that has the picture. So you're going to highlight the picture, you're going to go to the picture tools and click on format, and then in here in the picture styles you're going to pick the style. Now if you want to see all of the styles, you click that little arrow and then more styles will come up. And as you see, as you put your mouse over them, it changes your picture. That way you can decide which one you actually want. Then to animate the picture, you're going to click on animation. Now say you want some kind of emphasis on that picture, and it will display it as you click it, so that you can see what it looks like, depending on what you choose. Alright, let's see. Now to select a transition, you're going to click the Transition tab. So let me go back. So let's say we want to choose transitions, and maybe we're going to choose origami, and we want to apply that to all of the slides. So then you're going to click Apply, and then all of the slides you'll see have a star because I've applied origami to the whole presentation. But you want something different on 1 and 7, so you go to that particular slide and you click it, and then it's just this slide that the transition is now applied. It only applies to all if you click that All button, and then you'd go to slide 7 and choose a different one. Now the header and footer, you're going to go to the Insert menu, click on Header and Footer. Now say you wanted to include the date and time, you would click there. Say you want to turn on the slide number. Say you want a footer, but you don't want it to show on the slide, on the title slide. Then you're going to Apply to All. And you see on my title I don't have the footer, which would have my name and the slide number. Now say if we wanted the date, and we Apply to All, then it's going to put the date in there too. Okay. Now you want to make sure you check your spelling and grammar. To turn on the spelling, the grammar check, you go to File, Options, Proofing, and then you're going to make sure you check grammar with spelling. That way it doesn't just check the spelling, it checks the grammar. Then you go to the Review tab and you click on the ABC spelling, and it will check your spelling and your grammar. Oh, and then if you want to see how your presentation goes, then you can click the slideshow and you can check your presentation. And you should check and make sure all your transitions work. You can choose any that you like. You can make sure that they all work to get all the points possible. No need to compress a file this week. You just submit your PowerPoint presentation. And that's all I have for this week. I hope it was understandable. If not, contact me.